All right, what we're looking at here is the wood carver's hobby and display of some stuff that he's made, and we'll be interviewing. This is Bob Ernest. Bob, do you have a last name by any chance?
Ernest.
Ernest, okay.
E-A-R-N-E-S-T.
That's, you got an A in there, E-A?
E-A-R-N-E-S-T.
Okay,
I always
right.
like to put the A in.
Yeah, a lot of
people
folks
try to
don't do
dip
it.
us out of that A.
I've noticed that. Now look at here, you've got some samples of your work here today, and we're kind of interested to see what you got. So why don't you just show us now? I see you got something in your hand. What you got there?
Well, my wife got me this little set of X-Acto knife blades.
Uh-huh.
And little knives that these blades fit in.
I see.
And I figured there wasn't no need in them blades sitting around and not doing nothing.
Uh-huh.
And I began to think that I'd like to try and do something with it.
Right.
So I went out, got me a piece of wood, this piece of wood right here off the oak tree.
I see.
My backyard.
Uh-huh.
And I made me an old coon hunter here.
Yeah, let me get a good picture
This was
of
my
that.
first one I'd done.
Uh-huh. Okay, I can kind of see that little rascal.
And this old boy, he was white. But before
Uh-huh.
I got done with him, he kind of got colored on me. So he's an old coon hunter. If you look at him real close,
Yeah.
you can tell he's been at it. Now, in detail, he's got a coonskin cap.
Yeah. You got that. Yeah, see that all right.
And when I got done with him, this oak was more or less a pretty white grain, and it's old and whatnot, but it looked pretty nice. There's some places that I had to fill in with wood filler,
Uh-huh.
but I stained it. I wanted to preserve it, and I stained him,
Uh-huh.
and then he just kind of turned black on me.
Oh, okay.
And I've tried to kind of bring him out a little bit, but once you get a black man, he don't come white too easy.
Well, is that a technique that most of the wood carvers use now to turn a fella to black, from white to black, or is this a new technique you trying to
Well, I'm just in the learning process.
Oh, okay. So could we call this one a mistake? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, and a mistake in the staining. I didn't have the clear stain.
Okay. Now we're going to pause right here.
We started carving these carvings in December, and this one was finished on the 4th of December.
Well, you started in December and finished in December, so
yeah, 93.
Okay, so that's a real recent carving.
Yeah, this one got me going right here.
Okay, all right. Well, what else you got for us here now?
Well, I couldn't wait to get him done to see what I was going to do next.
Uh-huh.
So then I went out to my bottle brush tree and I cut this hunk of log off of it.
Yeah.
And I come up with this old boy.
Yeah.
And he's Indian, without his feathers too much, except for the ones that I've carved on the side.
Oh, okay.
I keep asking different people to bring me some feathers to put in his headband,
Yeah.
and I got some coming.
Okay.
But if you notice, he's got a healthy set of choppers.
Yeah.
He's had a hard life, as you can tell. He's wrinkled,
Yeah.
and the old boy's been around quite a while. But he does got a healthy set of choppers here.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, when you get into doing these teeth,
Mm-hmm.
you almost feel like a dentist working with them little instruments on these teeth. And then when you get up around the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel like a optometrist or eye doctor.
One of my guys.
Yeah, you working around them eyes and one thing and another. And I really enjoy it. This thing, I've got addicted to it quick like.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Well, now, where do you get your inspiration for these things? I mean, how do you know there was an Indian in that log there?
Well, as I was carving this thing out, it was red in the log. And I began to think that there's an Indian in this log.
Oh, because of the red, you mean?
But the Lord brings it out to me. I I touched these pieces of wood and asked him to bless it and help me to create something to work through me. And he just brings it out to me in detail as I'm working. Different things begin to come out. Even in the grains of wood, it's so neat the way you can shave off a little piece here, a little piece there, and they're different.
Well, I guess that makes sense since he was pretty good at creating a lot of different things. It makes sense he could give
Now
you
I had trouble. These pieces of wood that I used had some deep cuts in them, and I filled them in with fillers and stuff.
Yeah.
But the wood, I guess, should have been dried or something. But I'm new at this, and I'm learning. And since then, I bought me some different shellacs and things. And
Okay.
I mean,
Well, we've seen the engine. Now, what else you got for us here in the bag there?
well, after that, I started on Paul Bunyan.
Oh, the
Paul
legendary
Bunyan.
logger.
Remember when we were kids?
Yeah.
We used to kick that one around about Paul Bunyan. Well, I begin to think that Paul Bunyan's in this log.
Yeah, it looks like you found him in there.
And
right?
his face have changed even since I started because I decided to put a pipe in his mouth, and that was a real challenge.
Well, it looks like you found it and got it working already.
And worked on him. I had to fill him in places and one thing another, and I think I've got some paint even from Mom here, some stain and stuff, whatever.
Now, I know, let me ask you a question about old Paul. I know the audience here is going to wonder about that cat thing on his hat
Oh,
there.
well, he's supposed to have a caterpillar hat on,
Oh, I see.
cap on.
Yeah.
And now I've got a Dremel set since Christmas. I'll probably put diesel power under
Oh,
there.
okay.
And
So
whatnot, I've got a nice little set that my oldest daughter Sherry gave me for Christmas, and I can more or less detail things that before it was a real painstaking thing to do with my knife blades.
So you've kind of brought old Paul up to date with a cat hat. is
And
that-
I'm still working on the ear situation. I ain't the best on making ears, but we getting there. We've come a long way from where we were.
I see, okay.
But
All right.
when you ear it down, the old boy he's got his place.
Well, I think you've done a fine job on old Paul there. Well, what else you got in the bag here for us today?
Well, the next one I was inspired to do was Leroy.
Well, Leroy.
Leroy has got on a pair of overalls.
Yeah.
And he's not completed in that his hat brim. This is a template of his hat.
Oh, okay.
But when I get my right piece of wood, I'm going to put him an oak brim on that
Oh.
head of his up there with his hat.
Right.
And then Leroy will just about be finished.
Mm-hmm.
And Leroy come into being sometime here in December. Looks like he was finished about 23rd or somewhere around there.
Well, let me ask you this about your work, Bob. You're starting to get quite a collection here now. Is there
Yeah.
going to be a showing of these pieces somewhere, or how do we get these displayed for the audience?
Well, right now it's kind of like you see it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm going to have a lot of them at the house, and as I get better down the line, Lord willing, we'll be selling these things.
Well, I would think a Leroy there would bring a price. I see
Leroy
coveralls.
has got in detail, he's got on a set of overalls.
Yeah, sure does.
And he's got on a pair of boots. And this old boy's ready for most any kind of work. He's got some fine grain in him here
Yeah.
in his neck, and he's got a healthy set of choppers. And he's a rugged individual.
Certainly is. And that's Leroy. Okay. What else we
And
got?
I've become inspired to do him up there where my oldest brother Byron is staying, in the nursing home. They got a little mom and pop situation on the desk there, and I've become inspired to to try and put some overalls on
Well,
a fella, and Leroy was the outcome.
well, he's a fine-looking feller to me. What else you got here in the pile? Is there any more work
Oh
you've done?
yeah, we still going down the line here. This is Abner.
Abner. Oh man.
Abner's been in the woods a hunting,
Yeah.
and he's got him a turkey over here.
Well, he sure did. Look at that.
A pretty poor looking turkey. It was pretty well chopped up where I started trying to make a bird out of him.
Uh-huh.
But he's got some kind of pheasant there anyway.
Yeah. Well,
He got his shotgun, got on his boots, and he's got on buckskin. If you look him over closely,
all right, let's check that.
he's in
oh,
buckskin.
Sure is.
He's got buckskin on here.
My goodness. Yeah. We can see Abner pretty good in there. Quite a hunt.
And Abner, the more I thought about Abner, I'm thinking about building a lamp out of him.
Uh-huh.
I got a piece of cedar-based wood here,
Mm-hmm.
the base for this log that I got at Wayne's house some time back.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about putting that down here to the bottom
Oh, okay.
and making a nice little lamp out of this.
Uh-huh.
I got quite a bit of drilling to do. and
Do you
thing
have the
ain't-
drill
thing ain't
apparatus?
completely completed yet,
Mhm.
but it's in the works.
Now, do you have the drilling equipment to drill the hole for that?
No, I don't, but I'm gonna, Richard said he had a drill bit or something, and me and Bobby tried to make one, but the drill was too hard.
I believe there's a fella up in North Carolina's got a wood shop that might be able to help you out with a bunch of that.
Yeah,
We might be able to work
yeah.
something out. I don't know.
If I had that saw he got, I could really get in this wood.
Uh-huh.
Maybe one day.
Yeah,
Abner's got a pretty nice beard here.
let's check that out. Okay.
Well, could have stained it, but I ain't decided to do that yet. Right now it's just white oak grain.
Alrighty, good. Okay, we got Abner on tape here. Now, what
If
else?
anybody wants to send me any marking pencils or paints, anything like that, gladly welcome.
All donations are accepted. Okay.
Christmas, I was over to Sherry's, and she
Mhm.
had this piece of wood
Mm-hmm.
sitting around, and I just began to look at that wood before she ever even said anything to me, and decided to play with it till my bunch got there to eat supper.
Yeah.
So this was the result. I put two little coons on here.
Oh yeah, look at here. See them little fellas? Playing around a log or something there, looks
Yeah,
like.
they're playing around. I painted this thing, and then we began to look at it that maybe I'm taking away the pretty wood grain. So I've sanded it down some since.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl wanted me to deep carve it, so I've routed around it somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep playing with these different things back and forth yet. When I get
Well, let
that-
me ask you this now. Some of these you've told me how long it took to carve, and some of them we hadn't talked about that. But how long would it take you, like with the Elmer or one of them fellers, that's a little more detail? Now, how much carving time, actual carving time?
Well, this one here is Captain Jack or Casey Jones is what I was thinking about him being Casey Jones. He may be Captain Jack before it's over.
Okay, so he's just in the kind of the
But
beginning
he's in the
stages.
stages. I started him yesterday, which would have been what?
Well,
8th
January.
8th of January
Okay.
of '94, and I worked on him probably about 8 hours or so.
Okay. Well, he's coming along, but you got a little more work to
Oh
do.
yeah, I've got him right down now where I can really start working with him in detail.
Uh-huh. Now, what kind of wood is this?
This wood is oak.
Oak wood. Now, what would you say to a feller out there that hadn't even got started, but he's looking at it and saying, now, how would a fella go about start wood carving? I mean, what would you recommend that a novice do now that you're kind of experienced?
Well, you get in, you draw your man out on your piece of wood. You gotta shave it down where you can get a drawing on here.
Right.
And then you have to think about your facial features, about your nose is going to stick out further than the rest of your lip and whatnot. And you have to start carving inward,
I see.
carving around the nose and down around in here. And I remembered what a master carver told me in Curtis up in North Carolina, that you don't work on one area too much. You just kind of move around, work where it don't get monotonous and stuff, and you start shaping something else, the eyes or whatnot.
I see.
And you just keep working your little blade, and you keep shaping, and you have to work quite a while to get an image even. But after a while, when you do, it really becomes
do you find yourself
natural to you, and you just take off with it, and you just really get addicted to it.
well, Bob, do you find yourself kind of getting attached to these characters as they come to life?
Oh yes, every one of them is a character within himself. He's got a individual characteristics, and that's the way I view them. I've got names for all of them.
Well, when you're away from like Abner here, and do you think about him much and what you're going to do next time you sit down at the?
Oh yes, constantly. Can't hardly wait to get back with the knife and get started on him. I'll go to work and I'll be thinking. I may even before I went to work in the morning, I may be just kind of looking him over and sketching out what I want to do next. And because you really got to look at this, because one slip up can cost the whole project.
Well, we've learned a lot here today at this little showing, Bob. We really want to thank you for taking time out
The
here.
main thing I have learned is that you can't rush things.
Yeah.
You'll have a tendency to get in there and want to do things fast, and you mess up quickly. So the best thing is just to take your time and enjoy it,
Right.
and you really enjoy what you do.
Well, now you've shown us some real beauties here that you're working on. Is there any that you didn't bring along that were just mistakes where you just said, no, forget it, this ain't going to work?
Yes, there was one that I was trying to do as a locomotive,
Oh, my.
but and I haven't scratched it yet. That's why it was so hard for me yesterday to start with this one here, because the locomotive was still on my mind.
Oh, I see.
But the piece of wood that I started out with is not feasible. So I had to scratch that and get me another piece and start over.
Okay. Is there any problem with the supply of wood for this process?
No, we have a tree trimming crew at work now, and those old boys gladly keep me in wood.
Oh, okay. Well, we want to thank you for this interview today, Bob, and wish you just the best of success in your future carvings. And I know you'll probably one day be displaying your work for the general public consumption. And this has really been entertaining and interesting.
I recommend it for anybody.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. At the end, we got your whole family of wood characters together now. You said there's something else here you wanted to...
Yeah, I had a little P.S. here for Nancy on that other edition.
Okay.
I want her to pay particular attention to this old boy's mustache here.
Yeah.
Oh, the more I worked on him, the more I thought he looked like Kurt. And I just, she needed to get a good look at him and see... I think about that picture that IBM give him, when he had his mustache and stuff. And when I was carving this, the old boy looked like Kurt all the way around. He looked at him that way, looked at him this way, and there's Kurt in there.
So some of your inspiration came from your brother, I guess, over here. Okay, Bob. Well, this has been a real treat here. This is... once again, just for those out in the audience that need to know, this is Bob's Wood Carving from Wauchula, Florida, and Master Carver.
And I want Kurt to try some of this. He ain't had no fun yet.
All right. Well, we'll make sure he gets a look at this then.